Hi, Sabrina ML with the ML Insurance Agency, where we specialize in speed, customer service, and integrity. Well, yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I have my days. So the other day, it's a day like any other, but twice a week I kind of take my kids to go to tutoring. And this is something we do year round, 2 times a week, like clockwork. Every day there's work to be done, and twice a week they have a class to go to. And really, it's like 30 minutes. It's not a big deal. But lately, my 10-year-old has been throwing fits about it. He doesn't want to do his work every day, he doesn't want to go to the class. I may get him in the car, but then he doesn't want to get out of the car. And this child weighs almost as much as I do. So it's not like I'm dragging his butt into that classroom, kicking and screaming. As ridiculous as it sounds for a 10-year-old, and yeah, it would look even worse. I, I don't want to be called on by the cops or anything like, oh my God, she's like dragging her kid into Kumon, whatever. Anyways, yeah, so he's been doing this like again and again, and I just lost it. I lost it on him. Said some things that I probably shouldn't have said. They were not very mom-like, but man, I was angry, and I was tired. I was hungry, and there he was throwing his fit at the end of the day, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Get in there. Yeah, so when I got home later on, I mean, he didn't go. I got him out of the car, and I'm like, you can go sit on the side there on the bench. I don't even want you in here. Get out. Yeah, not I needed to cool off, and he was all upset and mad, so he's like, fine. So he goes and sits on the bench, and I let him sit there, and I'm just like huffing and puffing in the car, and then, when it's time to leave and we get home, I just feel like bawling because, man, it was just not my finest moment as a mom. Let's just put it that way. And, I have to tell myself sometimes because I've got multiple kids and I have plenty of days like that. And it's just not a pretty sight sometimes, but I would be kidding myself if I was constantly telling myself, oh, I'm the only mom that, yells at her kids or makes a mistake or whatever. I know that I'm not. I'm not perfect. And if you think you are, you might want to rethink that one. Because none of us are. There's always a ton of room for improvement because I don't care what you think. There is absolutely no such thing as a perfect wife, a perfect mom, a perfect dad or a husband, perfect employer, perfect cook, perfect anything out there. I don't care what Pinterest says, it lies. So, yeah, so to put things into perspective, I wrote out 2 lists. One that was basically it took me 5 minutes. I just wrote down some quick things that I think I need to improve on, that they could use some work, needs improvement type list. And then the other one was some stuff that I feel I got this. I think I've got a handle on this. I know what I'm doing here. And so I wrote them out, just to kind of get an idea of what it would look like. Kind of like a pros and cons list. So this was a needs work and accomplished list or whatever you want to put it. So, but anyway, it just puts things into perspective, and it kind of made me laugh because, I have this nice list of things like, oh, I like to run, so I need to, work on my running form. I'm trying to write a book, so I got to stop procrastinating and work on my book's writing skills and, being a better listener, things like that. And then when I got to my other list, well, I put pancakes. I'm good at making pancakes. I didn't know what to write, guys, because I don't feel like I am awesome at really anything. And you know what? That's okay. Because you know what that tells me is that I can use improvement on so many areas of my life. I have this opportunity to learn so many things. And if I look at it that way, with that positive spin on things, then I'm not constantly carrying around my mom report card, my wife report card, or comparing myself to every other mom out there, woman, whatever, whether it's in business, career, as a wife, as a mom, because, we can think based on what we see, like, oh, that lady, she's got it all together. She looks fantastic, put together, nice car, nice job. Her kids are beautiful to perfection with bows and beautifully coiffed hair and, not a hole in sight on their killed children's clothing. Dude, I'm sorry. That's a facade. It's not reality. Because I'll tell you what, Sunday morning, guys, that mama is yelling like a crazy woman at those kids to be that perfect idea, what my family, is. That's not real. It's not real. Okay? It's not real. They're just kidding themselves too if they think it's all perfect, because it's not. So don't fool yourself. No, there is no family that's perfect out there. And as a woman, that's a hard thing to swallow, because you want to have this nice pretty picture, and it's not always going to be like that. It's going to be messy. Life is messy. Kids are messy. Being, in a relationship is messy. Owning a business is messy. You're constantly changing, you're constantly learning, constantly having to go with the flow and do all this stuff. So take the daily opportunity to learn something new about yourself, about something you have interest in, and just remind yourself, I'm not perfect. I don't have straight A's on my life report card, because I'm still in this thing called life. It's just a constant, day to day, wake up and take each day, grab by the horns, and like, okay, let's see what happens today. I'm going to look at it in a positive way and just move forward. Thank God that we have every morning to wake up on this earth with the things that we have in this world, in this country. It's just so much. We have so much access to things, and there's so much out there. So don't be so hard on yourself. Forgive yourself because you're not perfect, and don't strive to be perfect. Strive to be better. I hope this has been helpful to you, and that you keep looking at what we're putting up on YouTube. So if you like this video, please share it, like it, whatever. But we'll see you next time. Thanks.